Now, your local weather with the KX Storm Team.
Well, after some widespread snow, at least it wasn't heavy. I guess Stanley 2 inches, you could consider that for this time of year. But otherwise, everything's pretty much melted, and it looks like kind of a wet week. However, tomorrow, it's going to be much warmer. This is what it looked like at Lake Metagoshi earlier today. A little bit of snow here. But tomorrow will be actually fairly warm with temperatures maybe in the 70s in the southwest, Bismarck in 60s, maybe around Minot in the 60s, Turtle Mountains maybe 50s. Widespread rain is going to return a couple of times, several times this week, and then we also have a very cold night ahead of us this week. We'll get to that in a moment. Right now, the temperatures are in the 50s area-wide, so it's really not bad. It's way below normal, but it's not 40s, right? The wind is roughly 10 miles an hour, some spots a little bit more than that, but still not a real windy day. Now, you might have heard that there's been a hurricane out in the Pacific, and I think it's just a tropical storm now, but it's moving into the desert southwest, and for a while it looked like we might get some moisture from Rosa here soon, and right now this moisture, you can see it on the water vapor imagery, is going to miss North Dakota. It really is getting up to about Nebraska, and that's it. That's not to say things won't change later in the week, but right now the moisture that is going to be really impacting the southwestern U.S. is going to miss us, at least for the short term. Our precision cast, I've started it at midnight because there's really not a whole lot to go on between now and then by noon or 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, we have a cloudy sky, and I think we get through most of the day tomorrow with pretty okay weather. It'll be in the 60s, most places, maybe some 70s, couple of 50s, but overall warmer weather than we've seen for a while, and it's not going to be real windy. And then once we get to midnight or so tomorrow night, then we start seeing the chance of rain move back into the state. Now look at this. Here we are about 2 o'clock in the morning. Could be some areas of some moderate rainfall, and then by 7 o'clock in the morning, it looks like the northern part of the state has, at least according to this forecast model, has the best odds for rain at least early in the day, but that's rain and not snow, right? And then it does move through the area by Wednesday morning. Look at this. Now we're talking about Bismarck and Minot Wednesday morning, maybe getting some moderate rain. And then behind it, behind the cold front, look at that. That could be snow. And here we are Wednesday afternoon. We might be talking about snow in the north. And this is going to continue to work its way off, and then we have a chance of rain on Thursday. I mean, we have several chances of rain this week, and for farmers, this isn't good because the crops are going to stay wet, and it's going to be tough drying out. And potential rain. Now, this is from everything that happened, today through Sunday. So this isn't just at any one point in time, but we might be looking at over an inch of rain in many areas. Now, there could be a couple spots that get more than that, but we're talking about ½ inch to an inch widespread, and some areas might get a little bit more than that. So that's kind of a lousy week if you're trying to stay dry. Now, as far as the 8 to 14 days, so we're talking about October 9th through the 15th. Look at this. We have like an 80 to 90% chance of being colder than normal, and then we have a really good chance of being wetter than normal. So we are stuck in this pattern. Tomorrow morning we'll be in the 40s, and then we'll get into the 50s by midday, and tomorrow afternoon 60s and even some 70s. So I kind of like that. Now here's a look at the next 7 days. I think Wednesday is going to be kind of windy, but you can look at all these. These are really high numbers right here, and look at mine. 100% chance, 70% chance early next week. So we've got wet week this week, and we might start off next week with some kind of a storm in the area.
Pretty bold to say 100% chance.
So you're saying there's a chance. I like tomorrow, though. Next in our 5 at 5, President